I love my green screen in the back. The reason I have that is that if I if I have a white background, like the white wall, everything becomes dark. So
Yeah. And you
the
can always
iris.
replace your background if you need to, if you
Yeah,
have.
yeah, yeah,
That's all. I should probably get one for me.
yeah. Well, it's all about you today. So welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to AIFCA's first podcast. I'm so glad to start this endeavor just because it's fun to discover new individuals, new creators, new, how should I say, inventors, pioneers in our field. And today we have the founder and CEO of FluidFit AI. Her name is Shika Arora. Hi, Shika.
Hi, Alex. Nice to be here with you.
Thank you for being here today. So, well, everybody, if you've been spending any time in the AI creative space lately, you probably noticed a growing number of platforms promising to automate your visual production workflow. Some deliver, some not quite. And part of what we do here is bring the people building those tools in front of you so you can ask the hard questions and decide for yourself. I'm going to be asking some questions, of course. And if you join live, well, you'll have the chance to also ask questions at the end. So today, Shika, again, is the founder and CEO of FluidFit AI. It's a platform that positions itself as a no-code visual automation tool aimed at creators, marketers, and brands. So the idea behind it is that you can build what they call flows, essentially automated pipelines for things like background removal, outfit swaps, image generation, in painting, and even 3D conversion. Maybe more things without needing any technical background. That claim they claim it can significantly cut down production time, reduce the need for costly photo shoots, and give small teams the ability to produce assets at a much larger scale. Whether that holds up in practice and for who, that's exactly what we're going to explore today. So, as AI filmmakers and video creators, your time is your most valuable resource. And the tools you choose to bring into your workflows need to earn their place. So, I'm curious to dig into what Fluid Fit AI actually does and what it's really built for. And let's have Shika here show us, what her creation is. But before we do, you told me a little bit about your background, and quite succinctly, I would like to for you to share your background again. So, uh, what led you specifically to the intersection of AI in visual content automation?
Yeah.
Was there a problem you were personally trying to solve?
Yes, absolutely. And first of all, thank you, Alex, for having me here. It's a pleasure to be speaking to you and everybody who's watching and listening in. So, as you said, I am Shikha Arora. I am the founder and CEO of FluidFit. So, my background goes back like many years back into the image and video creation. I used to be working at Adobe Systems many years ago. I've spent many years working with the entire creative suite of products at Adobe. So I had been working at Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign, InCopy, InDesign Server. So I my exposure to image creation and creators and graphic designers in general goes many years back, almost like over 20 years back. So I and even it is much before than any notion of AI as we see today existed. Machine learning did exist back then as well, but the AI that
Right.
we see it today, it has totally changed. But we have been interfacing with raster graphics, vector graphics, machine learning for a very long time.
Okay.
Post my Adobe, I ventured a lot into video. So my last startup was creating a OTT distribution platform for production companies and media companies. The company was called Mass Systems. So I was the founder and CEO of Mass, which we sold back in 2021. But I have a lot of exposure into video technologies and video domain in general as well. Being embedded so much into the creatives world, and now that we all know that right now we are in almost in the middle of an explosion with AI. Every other day we are seeing a new AI model coming out. Some are good, some are not that good, some claim to be really really good, but we know, as creators, as people who build content, there is a big challenge right now of evaluating these models, looking at what model works for my use case, what model does not work for my use case. And think of the world where the creators world, where people are happily, let's say, were happily living in the world built by Adobes or Canvas or Figmas of the world. Now AI has suddenly made, as you said, Alex, doing work much more easier. At least there is a big promise of AI where you could see your work can be done much more efficiently, much more faster, in some cases better than your traditional tools by the use of AI. And it's not a choice anymore. We all know that everyone needs to adopt AI, and we are seeing the designers, people who are building content, jumping from one tool to another, jumping from one model to another in order to find what works best for them for their use case that they are working on. So that is the problem that I started like thinking about, let's say, when I started FluidFit, like over a year ago. Is no, we know that there is no single AI model. Is it's not one solution fits all type of solution. There are different models which can do things
Right.
differently. They interpret prompts differently. So, and then there is no one, nobody is ready to adopt one AI model as yet. Like there is no winner here per se. This is what I'm trying to say. There are different models, they do things differently. And as creators, I think these models are available to everybody as various tools in your toolbox, and the creators want to use the tool or the model that they want to use at that given time, which works best for their use case. They want to experiment with prompts, they want to experiment with different AI models, use the best output that they get at the time, and move on to their next step of creation, which could be a different model, a different prompt. So the problem is we are sort of like we are recreating how people build content and how people build workflows around it. So that's what actually led me to start FluidFit, and which is obviously we I'm going to be like demonstrating and showing you a lot of about.
Great. So, while you get started, who's typically did you have in mind when you started FluidFit AI? Did you have like one person, one typical person, maybe someone in an agency or someone like a clothing designer, or what did you have in mind?
Yes.
Who did you have in mind? I should say.
So interestingly, when we started in the beginning, we had thoughts of small agencies, even like 2 3 people agencies, and even individuals who are building content for social as freelancers as well. That's where we began. And as we dug into the problem more, we figured the problem is not confined or limited to small agencies. This is a big problem with even
Mhm.
with very big agencies as well. And today we work with some of the biggest creative agencies in the US as well. And they have, the scale of the problem is very different, but that the problem does exist. They want to be able to use various different AI models, but they want to be able to use it in a very safe manner, in a very governed manner, and very accountable manner
Great.
as well. So that's the other layer that we actually evolved the product into. But we started with smaller agencies, but we figured anybody who's creating content today has this problem of AI usage, and how can I adopt AI into my existing workflow, or how can I build my
Right.
workflows now with AI at its core, not as AI as a secondary thought, AI to the core.
Great. All right. Well, we are waiting anxiously to see how you work those flows that you're talking about.
Awesome. All right. So let me jump into the product right in. You're able to see my screen, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you would log in into FluidFit, this is where you land. This is your dashboard, and all of these are flows. And flow is nothing but a workflow, which I'm going to jump into a second. Adding a new workflow is very, very simple. So it's you would just add a new workflow, and you would say LX demo, and then you would add a new flow just like that. So jumping into a flow puts you into a very open, blank, infinite canvas. And this is your gateway or harness to the world of AI. This is infinitely wide, infinitely deep. And towards your left, what you see here is bunch of nodes under media and bunch of tools. So here under the media node, this is one of the this is the most foundational node that you would work within the FluidFit environment. So this is you would just pull in a media node. A media node can be instantiated with an image or a video, or you could like load it up from your library. You could bring it and bring a new image from your desktop. You could bring 100 images. So these are the things that you would start to work with. So let's say I have initiated this media node with this image from my library, and then similarly you have the text nodes for textual styling, and for even for saving and preserving prompts as well. You have the audio nodes as well, and then you have the folder nodes as well to eventually do automation and batch processing. So once you have
Mm.
provisioned your flow, you may want to do batch process on hundreds or thousands of images or videos, or you may want to create a pipeline of thousands of images, and then it can run the entire process for you automatically. Below the tools, you have these bunch of tools, and then these are categorized by the type of work they do. So let me move the media node a little bit to the side. So we have here the AI based generation based tools, which are generate image. As the name says, it takes a prompt, and then it will generate an image of to the prompt that you are keying in. Similarly, we have the generate video, we have the audio generation tool, we have the vector generation tool, and we can also generate 3D based on bunch of a couple of 2D static images. I have pulled in a generate image node here, and then we'll get to building our first flow in a moment. But then I will also talk about the little bit about the other tools that we have here on the platform. So we have AI based editing tools as well. So you are not only generating images or generating content using AI, in many, many cases, you are editing an existing content or repurposing an existing video or an existing image using AI. So we have tools like remove background, we have tools like AI based image editing, we have tools like upscaler, in painting, add background, face swap, dress change, etc., that you can bring into your canvas. And then bringing into your canvas is really pulling in the node and then dragging it onto the canvas. And then you can connect the nodes together, which I will show in a minute as well. Then you have video based editing tools as well. So once you have a video, you may want to do a remove background on a video. You may want to edit a video based on a prompt. You may want to upscale a video or change the framing of the video from portrait to landscape or vice versa. So you could do that as well. The fun part about the product is you don't even have to jump bit from this tool to other like traditional non AI tools, because we focus so much on the workflow. We know tools like resizing, like you anyways whenever you're working with images and videos, you may want to resize something to a size that you want. So we have those tools already provisioned. These are non AI tools but already here on the platform.
Mhm.
So we have a resize, a rotation, enhancement. You could change the brightness, contrast. You could do a lot of stuff that you would usually do in order to create the eventual product that you're trying to create. And then we have some highly specialized. We work on Photoshop layers as well. So we have layer splitters, compositors. We have some advanced tools about AI vision, conditional nodes, motion graphics as well. We can go little later into these tools if we have to. So let's start like building maybe our first flow here. So as I said, you could potentially start with an existing image of a media node that you may want to operate on, or you could actually take a prompt and let's say you want to generate your first image of a fashion model. So I have a prompt already for generating an image. So I'm going to get into this generate image tool here, and then I will click into the prompt area and I'm going to paste my desired prompt. So I'm trying to create a fashion editorial portrait of a fashion model. If needed, I could actually use AI to further enhance this prompt as well by adding my extra
Hmm.
enhancement prompt. And then when I say enhance, it will use AI to give me a much better AI enhanced prompt right here, which I could copy and I could paste here as well. Now, the fun part here is, so as you are generating an image, you may want to send this prompt to multiple different AI models to see how they
Right.
react to the prompt and how does they result into the image that you are looking at, and then you can compare, you can choose which is the one that you would want to go for. So in this case, on the right, as you can see, when I click options, I get these all of these AI models right here. These are specialty models which are great at image generation from prompt. So text to image models mostly. I could choose the one
And
I
Shika, for those who are not accustomed to those platforms, you don't have to be logged in into those
not at all.
individual
Yes.
LLMs, right?
Not at all. So no subscription required to any of these models. Everything runs through this system here. So
Right.
you don't have to buy 5, 10 different subscriptions to do your work
Independently. Yeah.
independently. Yes. So it all flows into from the system. So for now, I'm choosing two AI models, the GPT image and the Google Nano Banana 2. So this will actually run this prompt on both of these models. If I was feeling experimental, I could select 10, 20, 30 of those as well. So but
And of
for
course, the more you click on, the more it burns your
the more
credits.
it earns the credits as well.
Right.
Yes. Yes. So
Are you thinking of getting GPT Image 2.0 soon?
that's coming very, very soon. So as we speak, we are working on GPT Image 2.0 as very soon into the
Okay.
platform. We just introduced the C Dance 2 into the system for the video generation,
Okay.
which is there already, which
Great.
is
Great.
built. So while this generate image is working on the generation prompt, okay, it has come back and it has given me two different results here. So let me
But
do.
there's no connection with the first image you had in your library, does it?
Yes, I did not, because this is an
Okay.
independent mode right
Right.
now, so I have
Okay.
not tested this with anything yet. But this has resulted into two different images, which I could.
Okay. Right. One is Nano Banana. The other one is GPT, I think.
Yes, this is GPT, and this
All
is
right.
turned by Nano Banana here.
Yeah.
So as we can see, both of these models has resulted into very two different renditions of the exact same prompt.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to work on, let's say I want to work on this image altogether, I could, let's say I like the image, but I do not like the background here. So what I can do here is I can do a remove background for this one.
Mm.
And then I just feed this image into this remove background node. And then when I look at the remove background options, now I have specialty models for remove background specifically. So
Mm.
I can, again, similarly, I can choose remove.bg, which is very popular background removal model. We have some of our own open source hosted models as well. So we could play experiment with other models as well. But if I'm sure I'm working with remove.bg, I could just choose that one. I could do more. And then once I do, Let's say I'm going to choose RBG1, or maybe let me do removed RBG here. And then this is going to give me the removed background result of this image right here. So
Okay.
what I can do is I can continue to edit this image. Let's say I can connect here. Now this is an AI editing tool which I pulled in from the AI edit. And then so this now has specialty models which are specialty for AI based editing. So I could put my prompt here for AI editing. I could put her in a different background. Let's say if I generated a different background and then I can add in that as a reference image, I could put that in. I could bring in a new image of a dress. I could make this model wear a different dress. So I could now
Oh
start
yeah, you can swap the
swap
outfit and
dresses. Yes. And
even
then
her face, right?
we could swap face. Yes, you could swap
Yeah.
dresses, you could swap face. So you could do whatever
Mm.
you would want to do. And I will show you some examples where we have
Okay.
already done these, but just looking at the creation process here, I could be editing using Nano Banana, using Seed Dream, using GPT, using Flux, and then or I could, let's say, just feed this directly into a video generation prompt, and then I could say just create a video of this model, and then let me just put a video generation prompt here for her. So again, I could, if I have the prompt, I could use the prompt, or I could use AI to enhance the prompt based on, like,
How do you initiate the prompting? Do you click on the box inside the box or
you would click on this inside the box here,
okay?
and then this will open up this prompt editor, and then you would put in the
Yeah.
prompt that you would like. You could give negative prompt here as well. We have pre-populated to make it easier the most common
Oh,
negative prompt that
okay.
must be added, but then if you would want to enhance the negative prompt, you could add more negative prompt to it as well. So once
Now,
you give,
when you save it, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
curious.
no.
When you save the prompt, do you save it somewhere in a folder where you can retrieve it easily, or where is it saved?
Yes, so very interestingly, everything that is generated on the system is saved for you to refer it back to. So we have the concept of the library here, and anything that you are generating on the system is preserved. All of your prompts are preserved on the system so that you can always go back to
Gotcha.
and
Okay.
look at, and then you could just copy the prompt. So even you created like 2 years ago or 1 year ago, you will have all your prompts, even your entire provenance. What AI model did you use? What prompt did you use? What did it result into? When did you generate it? And the tool that you used to generate it, that's preserved in the system. So that sort of acts like a tool where you can always go back to if you are looking at, oh my God, like what did I do with ChatGPT there? And I don't remember that prompt. So
It's all
you,
there.
yeah, it's always there for you. So going back to your flow, okay, so generate video. Okay, we switched back. Let's go back here again. So you would generate the video here in this case, and then you could, then once you have your video, you could use your video based editing tools to, let's say, now work on the video. You could edit a video, you could upscale the video, you could reframe a video, or you could preview the video. I think there's something wrong with the system here, but let me maybe do the cling model here and then give it another try, or I will give you some pre-provisioned I'll show you some pre-provisioned flows that we have, some of the like some interesting things which are already built on the system that you could be taking inspiration from.
When I see a Higgs field, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Higgs fields is an aggregator. So what does it do? It chooses the video generative LLM itself, or what does it do when you click
So
on Higgs field?
Higgsfield has its own video, very good AI generation model as well. And
Oh,
it
okay.
gives
I
you
was
a
not aware of that.
lot. I'll show you some examples. It does, it gives you a lot of creative control by giving you camera control or in your prompt. So you could say you want to zoom in, zoom out, you would say crash zoom in. So it gives you more control, and the
Wow.
video
Okay.
allowed
Nice.
are
Okay.
very solid. So besides an aggregator, it has these controls as well. And for any AI model, you could control on the FluidFit platform, you could control the options by going to these three
Okay.
dots. You could
Yeah.
control the duration, the resolution, the aspect ratio of the generation. So you have more deeper control over what you would want to generate. Once you have your flow provisioned here, you could actually you have the option to run this entire flow by using this run flow at the bottom. And what this actually does is it runs your entire pipeline all together one more time. You could change your starting image, you could change your prompt, or you could be actually running from a hot folder as well. So you could just provision a folder to, let's say, your input image, and then this input image can be feeding from a folder, which is like this link on the web where you could upload thousands of images. And then once you have that provision, it will create a pipeline and it will run all of your entire flow.
So let's say I have 100 images in that folder.
Yeah.
It will take them all and pass them through the workflow that you have here.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that could be significant in terms of
Yeah.
spending less time maneuvering the photos and in
Yes.
and out and etc.
Exactly. And then one it creates sort of a like a pipe for you. And as the photos are getting processed in the end, or if it is a video, as you get the output, you start to see on the download link, and then you can just start to download and use in your workflow. So this has resulted into the video that we were trying to provision, and based on the prompt, it has done its job. So how typically people are using video generation here is they're using multiple AI models and passing the same prompt through various models, or they're using multiple they're tweaking the prompts here, and then creating multiple scenes, and then
Hmm.
stitching it all together to create your, let's say, 30-second 1 minute video as well. So one user that they have been working on the FluidFit platform, and I thought they did a great job provisioning their flow.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
so like various angles, for example, you take one image and you can ask the workflow to produce various angles, various
yes,
sizes and point of views and stuff like that. Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. So in this case, we're starting with this one image and this is, I think, this image is generated by AI as well. It could be generated here on the system, it could be generated elsewhere, but I think it was generated on a different flow. And then we have a very detailed video generation prompt for
Is that
generating.
HTML? What type of
It's
prompt is
JSON,
that?
yeah, it's JSON. So AI
Oh,
model,
JSON. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
yeah. So once you pass this prompt to different AI models, and then you see the different AI, and then you can tweak the prompt as well. So the benefit FluidFit gives you here is you can pass the same prompt to hundreds of AI models, or you can pass different prompts to the same AI model and start to generate your scenes as well. And as you do, so in this case, like this person is sort of like coming out of the store, looking at a lottery ticket, and then here in the next scene, he's amazed. A different prompt again, video generation, and then he's sort of won the lottery here in this case, and different expressions for this particular user. And then the third scene is he's walking out, and then he's going
Uh-huh.
somewhere, and then he is showing this. He's about to tell this to the girl about the lottery, and then here some shots for this woman as well. Uh, so multiple scenes, multiple shots, and then
So I
event.
have a question, Shika. When you see all those resulting images, are they
Mhm.
all like put put by the platform stack like that on the Canva? It's they're not interconnected. I can't see any nodes
Yeah, so
connecting each other.
we disconnected them, but it can be. I'll show you another example where they are
Oh, okay, yeah.
interconnected, because we were in this case we were experimenting with multiple different AI models, and and then we were disconnecting so that it doesn't
Okay, gotcha.
overwrite your
Yeah.
existing. So we wanted to like look at all the different generations side by side. So yeah,
Are they all like the ones we are seeing right now? Are they all from different programs, different platforms, like
all
Cdance
that you're
and
seeing here,
Kling, or
yes, all that you're seeing here are generated within the FluidFit platform using different, either a
right?
different AI model or a different prompt.
Okay.
So ByteDance, Higgsfield, Kling, Google View, Kling.
Oh
So
yeah. Okay. I can see
we have
the
a
logos at the
there's a
bottom of
lot
the
of
picture. Yeah.
experimentation that happens here, and people are obviously like, we need to be very particular about what we are looking at, and then the exact expression or the exact scene that you can get from whichever model is the one you would want to use in your eventual
But it's great to have them on a Canva, all bunched up, all together, so you can compare and decide which one works best, and then
yes,
move on to the next step,
exactly,
and then repeat
and
as
then
ad infinitum as you want.
yes, I'm going to show you one more e-commerce flow. We were talking about the dress chain
Yes.
as well. So okay, so we have in this example, so we start with the image generation model, and we have a generation prompt here, and then we start with this AI model, meaning the AI fashion model that AI has created for us the using the ImagineArt 1.5 AI model. So you don't have to like go subscribe to ImagineArt to just create this rendition of this AI
Mm-hmm.
model here. And then this is
The
the
dress.
example of a dress that we sourced from some stock photo, but this could be the dress that you are creating the video for or creating the ad for. So I'm using an AI-based editing tool here, using Google Nano Banana in this case, with the right prompt. I am making her this model wear this dress and then change her pose as well. And then now I am creating multiple shots of this model, starting with this dress, but multiple AI editing shots and then taking her shots from all different angles, all done through AI here. So as you can see, we have the front shot, we have the side shot, we have her sitting shot, we have multiple different shots generated by AI on that model with the dress. And then I'm feeding all of these or some of these into various different AI models here, as you can see, ByteDance, Higgsfield, Kling, Sora, Kling, etc. And then I'm generating different videos of this girl from these video generation models altogether. So as you can see, oops, not cancel.
How long does it take to generate those images? I mean, the fact that you're using various models,
Yeah.
they vary greatly in speed, I guess.
Yes. Yes. So it lot of times it depends on the AI model that you're using. But the usual times that we have seen to generate a video is from 10 seconds to as much as 2 minutes to from one single model, to give you,
Depending on the length of the clip.
depending on the length of the video as well, and depending on the model itself. Image generation works much faster. It usually happens in a couple of seconds. But yes, video generation takes some time. So you could just leave, like just put your generation and then do something else, come back after 2 minutes, and it should be, it's there for you. So it's not like long per se, but it's couple of minutes at some
Right.
time. So you can see here, we started with just one image of the dress. Like this is the only outside image that we have brought to the system, and then with AI generated fashion model and with prompting and with AI model, we're able to generate almost post ready videos for this dress over an AI, over the fashion model that you would want to use. You could club these together, create one single clip, keep these separately, and you could use whichever way you would want, or you could operate on like you could operate on reframing or upscale, or you could do further editing using video editing models here as we have on the system. And here it will be like, again, now editing based prompt, like make this model do this, make this model do that, feed the video in, and then it will do what you need to do, and then it will generate your next video as you would want to.
Any guardrails as per copyrights using elements that are owned by uh, some commercial entities and so on? Was that always depending on the model you use?
It depends on the models. So most of these foundational models like Higgsfield, Kling, Google, they have pretty solid guardrails about what you could do, what you could not do, and these models will throw errors by default if you try to do something which is not commercially usable on the system.
Mm.
So those guardrails are well respected on the FluidFit system as well. And safe for work, we have some default prompting put into the system already so that the content that's created here is safe for work. And then these AI models also have their safe for work filters put on to the prompts and the generations as well.
So you're showing us a lot of e-commerce oriented content. I
Mhm.
wonder how FluidFit AI fits in the, let's say, more like narrative content, storytelling type of content. Is that like an area that's not really made for, or is that something that you feel like your platform is also
The platform is,
convenient?
yeah, it's fully capable of the storytelling narrative content as well. So this is a platform where you could get really, really creative. We give you the tools to get creative, and you could do your storytelling and build your vertical solutions the way you would feel to. So this platform is not restricted to e-commerce, or like for instance, in this case, this is a sort of a micro drama which is getting built here
Okay.
in the system. We have cases like uh, ad creation as well. For, let's go here, I'll give you one more example. So this is a little bit of like complicated looking flow, but here I'll show you what we're doing here is we're taking in a Photoshop file, which most of the platforms or AI models do not, like none of the AI models absorb a Photoshop file as is. So this is a
Okay.
PSD file, and then as you can see
Well, that's
here,
good to know. Yeah.
yeah, we do operate on PSD files as well. So we are feeding in into a layer splitter node where we are breaking this Photoshop into all
Oh,
of the
wow.
shop
Okay.
layers. So you could do that. You could bring in each single layer. So in this case, as you can see, we are bringing in the layer of the bag into this node. You could bring in the text out as well. So you could operate on
Oh, wow.
text. And
Okay.
text comes as text. It retains its style, it retains its font, it retains everything which it is getting from Photoshop. So you could do what you would want to do here on layers separately, or additionally. So here what I'm doing is I am changing the color of this green bag to this cream beige type.
Wow.
Sorry, this keeps coming.
And again, you don't need a Adobe
You don't need, yeah,
subscription to
you
do
can just,
that.
yeah, everything done here is just all done in Photoshop, in here, sorry, FluidFit. And so I'm using an AI edit node here. As you can see, change the color of the bag to cream color. And then I'm choosing the Google Nano Banana model. And then it gives me this bag in this very nice cream color. So no Photoshop. And it takes like,
It looks really good, by the way. I
yeah,
mean, the details are incredible.
pretty
Same with the dresses, the clothing. Looks like
exactly.
you went to a photo shoot.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Quite
I'm bringing
remarkable.
the text here. So it's white text. So I will bring in the text here. I'm changing the text. If I need to change the text, you could add more text. I'm feeding a
Go
lot of
back
that, and
into.
then different this cream color bag, and then I'm bringing in a new orange bag as well into the system to something which is called a layer compositor. So now here you're compositing a new creation. It's like very lightweight editing. You're taking the elements or the layers from your
The
Photoshop,
layers, yeah.
and then you are relayouting it here. You could change, let's say, I could, this is all live, like I could, this is all layers, so I could change
Wow.
move, I can create my composition in very, very fast manner here. And then I could, once I have this, I can export this all together to back to Photoshop if I want to, or I could export this to a flat PNG, JPEG, or WebP as well. And then here, as you can see, this is the creation that I have done, starting from the first Photoshop file with a green bag, just one, like from here, from
Or
this bag.
you could grab, let's say, the beige bag and
Exactly.
put it on a model on someone's
Oh, yeah.
walking in the forest with it, and
Yes.
you would
Put
have that video.
Yes, and then I'll show you one more video animation of the exact same thing. We also have, so very similarly, we are doing the same thing, but here, after bringing it to the layer compositor, I am feeding it into a motion graphics tool, and then where is the output here? And then this is what it
Oh,
generates.
nice.
So
Little
it's a
zoom
one click,
in,
again, one click
little
operation.
animation.
Yes, so it's adding. So
Are
this
those
is
like presets, or these movements are they like generated with prompts, or
So very interestingly, it's both. So as you bring in the Photoshop layers, the AI looks at each of this layer and gives it a motion automatically based on what it is. So AI is
okay?
looking at it using AI vision, and it's trying to see what exactly is it, a product, is it a text, is it the logo, like what type of animation should this be getting, and then it's assigning the start time, duration, direction
It will
automatically
do that by default, and then you
by
can
default.
adjust. You can change the animation. You can
Exactly.
make the changes you want.
Exactly. So if you would want to remove the animation on a specific layer, you could do that, or change the
Oh, it's
animation.
really nice.
By default, it does it for you. You
Hmm.
could then choose, you could actually additionally, what you could do is you could additionally prompt for specific layers for Gen AI based animations as well. So something that doesn't exist in the Photoshop file. So let's say you could say, make this leaf become yellow, or make this leaf
Oh,
flutter.
okay.
Let's say you could say that. So you would add an additional prompt for that. So we have layered control over Gen AI based animations. You could do that. And once you've done all of that, you can also choose AI model to do it, to build your video for that specific Gen AI animation. You could do, we have like three models, which in our experiment work well in this scenario: Kling, Seed Dance, and Pixverse.
Yeah.
Then you could eventually export your final video as an MP4 file, or a zip file, and a GIF file, or you could control the resolution, frame rate, bit rate, and the final duration of the animation, etc. So
So
this
so
tool,
okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
no, no, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking most of of the members here are filmmakers, right? They're
Mhm,
like AI filmmakers, AI video creators. Um, I would think that most of them are interested in seeing a flow that you would have where you build a scene, let's say with multiple angles or multiple characters.
mhm.
Do you have something like that you could show us?
Right now I do not, unfortunately, but I could send it back to you. Oh, one this one, I think the
Yeah, I
transformation.
could add it to the
Yeah, I
post
could add
later
it.
on.
Yes. So here we are doing again, we are doing a generation. We are not stitching the whole video together here, but then again, starting from a very bad uh, construction images, coming to these type of images, and then eventually building the final transformation video. I think this is something which
Oh yeah, that's nice.
really
That's the real estate vertical, and there's a lot of money getting poured in that vertical right now
yes,
for AI creators. So I'm glad you're showing us this. This is amazing.
yeah, yeah. So we
So
have a couple of these clips, and then we could clip this
nice.
together,
So
and then
renovation galore. Yeah, and the prompts are that are in that specific flow there.
Mhm.
They're they're sourced by the creator, or do you guys have presets, or templates of prompts or things like
We
that?
have, yes. So we have templates of flows that you would see here. So we have a few templates that could these come with the
Right.
Images, these come with the prompts keyed in as well. So you could use those. We have our experts as well who are working with us, who's our like prompt experts, and they are building most of the flows for us as well. So we make them available as part of the learning process, and we can provide that help in terms of finding the right prompt. So we have that consulting available as well.
Oh, wait a minute. That's very interesting. So, in addition to the platform, we could access a prompt expert. Let's say I want to do uh, a castle renovation
Mhm.
scene. Can you help me with that?
Yes,
And
yes,
we could get some input from your guys.
exactly, exactly.
Wow, wow, that's premium service right there.
Because that's service. I think it's significant
It
because
is.
this prompting world is very new, and as I showed you, in some cases the prompts get really really intricate, and the more intricate prompt it is, the more better your generation is. So it's highly proportional to the quality of the prompt.
Hmm.
So getting your prompt right is very important and is going to be significantly important in the overall world of AI
For
generation, which
sure.
we all are into.
Okay.
So besides, I think I can talk a little bit about uh, the the usage, the pricing. So anything that you generate on the system runs through
Yeah.
credit. So every generation costs some money, or in terms of FluidFit credits, and and then obviously video generation goes by per second of generation. Image generation goes by per operation, and each tool that you use and each AI model that you use come at a different credit cost. And this is like my list of usage, and then how I am consuming credits here. So that's visible here.
Okay.
Pricing
Hmm.
wise, it's here. So how much does it cost for a specific operation? So if there's a single model AI model behind it, it's the cost is static. If there are multiple models behind a tool, like I showed you, generate video, generate image, AI vision video, I am showing you here. So it has specific models, and in this case, all of these models cost the same, but there is a case where different models could be costing a different number of fluid fit credit.
Right. So I know most people I know in the group in the community uh, are using, let's say, either Higgs field
Mhm,
or Galaxy or other aggregators,
mhm,
and we're all very concerned with the cost, of course.
mhm.
How do you compete with those big guys who offer a lot of discounts and things like that? Or how do you compete with the original models for which a lot of our members are using directly and not in aggregators, just sometimes to save money? So, it's a wonderful platform. I feel like you're offering a lot of stuff, but then there's a cost for that. So I'm wondering how competitive you are. I know it's a hard
Yeah,
question to answer. It
yes,
changes every day, it changes every week, but
yes.
I'm sure that's what I hear from my members.
Yes, no, absolutely. So one thing is the value of the platform itself, where you just not only using one single AI model, but it's an aggregation, it's an orchestration platform. So you have exposure to hundreds of AI models. And as a new model comes in, the platform is built in a way that we bring the new model very, very soon and very, very fast to the system, because we know that's one of our value prop. And then the other is you have your entire workflow preserved here, and then you can collaborate with your team, you can share flows with other members of your team as well. So not everyone is starting from scratch. People can build on your prompts, your images, if you would like. So that's one of the value prop. And we know the market is very very competitive. Our prices are also super competitive as well, since we work on volume. So we have volume discounting with some of these model providers as well, and in some cases we pass that volume discount to our users as well. We also offer free credits to the system to new users as well, and I'm happy to offer free credits to your AI filmmakers user as well if they come with your reference code. But yeah, the market is
Wonderful.
competitive, and but the pricing here in terms of if somebody were to compare direct versus fluid fit model pricing or cost, it's highly competitive, I would
Okay.
say. Mhm.
You mentioned another aspect that's also very interesting is collaboration within teams.
Yeah.
So, just quickly, how does that work out when some many people intervene on the same platform or the same
Yeah.
project? Sorry.
So you could work on the platform as an organization, and then you could have as the admin level control, you could have one like view over overall credit usage. You could build different groups, and you could add different users to group, and then there is transparency and control over who's doing what, who's using what, where are my credits going as the admin of the organization. Two, your second question was about the collaboration itself. So let's
Yeah.
I could I let's say I build a flow and I know this is
Hmm.
something that I want my team to collaborate on. So what I can do is, like Google Workspace, I can actually invite my teammates or whoever, anybody having an email into the system as well. I can give them a view
Hmm.
permission. I can give them the edit permission as well. And then once I do, this flow becomes shared with the people that I share with, like very similar to how you would share Google Docs and anything on the Google Drive. Once I do, so these are the flows which are shared by my team members with me. I did not build them; somebody else built them, but then they ended up sharing with these many people, and then now everybody can go and look into the flow. I can see like this is shared in a view manner, so I can only run it. I cannot change this flow. So I have the capability to run an editable copy, or I can just share a just a view only copy for them to see what's going on. Additionally, I have the option to lock specific nodes. So if you think you have developed an IP, or you want to preserve your specific prompt from sharing, but you want to share the entire creation process, you could go and lock specific nodes as well. So
Locking meaning what? What does it lock really?
you could
So
just say I have this here,
the
and
prompt cannot be changed. Basically, is that what you're
yes, so
saying?
nobody can now, if I lock this, if I share this flow, nobody will be able to see this
Oh, they cannot see it.
prompt, and then they cannot make any changes
Oh,
to the
wow.
prompt
Okay, that's
configuration. So
clever.
this is done. I'm done with it, and then I would not want anybody to change this, but I'm happy to share my entire creation
Right,
process.
right.
And
And
they can change this image, run it still, but I don't want them to accidentally change what prompt I have or what settings I have for this. I have to specifically unlock it to be able to even change it myself. So I can like
nice.
things. Then we have the Alex. I have a hard stop now, but
Oh, okay.
we have the concept of these sticky notes as well. So you could like bring in notes,
Okay.
and then you
Yeah.
could say add a note, and
Nice.
then you could keep that for your own sake, or people you share the flow with. You could they could see
Okay.
notes as well. Yeah.
One last question, if you don't mind, very quickly.
Mhm.
What if you want, let's say, Claude to get in there and start, being an agent and
Yeah. That
get
is
involved with the workflow and everything?
Yeah, so that is something that doesn't exist on the system yet, but we are actively working on, where you could have the an agent like an LLM here, and you could
Yeah.
interact with different tools just from the LLM. So you don't have to do what you're doing. You could just say bring in a remove background, or do a
Because with
generate.
Hicksfield, it's happening now.
Yeah,
I just saw that today, where you can just stay in Claude and ask Claude to go in Hicksville and make the
yeah,
movies for you.
yeah,
So it's
exactly.
starting
Yeah.
to be interesting here. Are you working on that? Is that something that's going to be
We are,
possible?
yes, yes, we are actively working on bringing that into
Okay,
the system as well.
fantastic.
All
Well,
right.
thank you so much. It was extremely informative, and Shika, you're just amazing. What you built is unbelievable. So, best of luck for all the next development phase that you're working on, certainly my members are going to want to play with it and try it out. So you're going to be able to give us a token or some type of code that we can insert on the platform when I guess we
Yes,
sign in,
absolutely.
and then we'll have some credits, correct?
Absolutely. Yes. And thank you for
Okay.
having me. And I will share the code with you and the
Yes,
credits with you as well.
I'll follow up with that. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Great,
Okay,
great chatting with you here. Thank
great
you.
having you today. Bye bye.